Assalamu alaikum dear students. Let's continue this lesson. Who did Patrick's homework from where we left off? As a matter of fact, every day in every way that the little elf was an egg, Patrick was working harder than ever and was the drag. He was staying up nights, had never felt so weary, was going to school with his eyes puffed and bleary. As a matter of fact, every day in every way that the little elf was a nag. Who became nag? The elf became nag for Patrick. Nag means one who troubles someone all the time by complaining or asking them to do something. Patrick was working harder than ever. Dear students, he was working harder than ever means before that he had no interest. He was unwilling to do his homework. Now he had developed interest. He was working harder. And was it a drag? And he considered that it was something dull. He was staying up nights. Who was staying up nights? Patrick was staying up nights. He did not sleep. He remained awake. Had never felt so weary. He had never felt so tired before. Was going to school with his eyes puffed and bleary. Who was going? Patrick was going to school with his eyes puffed and bleary means dull looking eyes. We can say, dear students, he was unable to see because of tiredness. He was unable to breathe because of tiredness. Finally, the last day of the school arrived and the elf was free to go. Finally, the last day. It was the last day of the school which arrived and the elf was free to go. He was free. Now, as for homework, there was no more. So he quietly and slyly slipped out the back door. Who slipped out the back door? The elf slipped out the back door, moved out from the back door. In what manner? Quietly and slyly. Slyly means secretly. Why? Because he had no more homework to do. Patrick got his A's. His classmates were amazed. His teachers smiled and were full of praise. And his parents, they wondered what happened to Patrick. He was now the model kid, cleaned his room, did his chores, was cheerful, never rude, like he had developed a whole new attitude. Patrick got his A's means A grade. He got A grade in all his subjects, in maths, in history, in English. That is why his classmates were amazed, they were surprised. His teachers smiled and were full of praise. His teachers also praised him, admired him because of this good performance, because of this achievement. And his parents, they wondered what had happened to Patrick. His parents were surprised because they never expected this thing from Patrick. He was now the model kid. Kid means child. Model means ideal child. Who was now the ideal child? Patrick was now the ideal child. Cleaned his room, did his chores, was cheerful, never rude, like he had developed a whole new attitude. This was a whole new attitude which was found in Patrick. Now he cleaned his room himself, did his chores. Chores means, their chore means work that one must do regularly. Here the Patrick, he did his work punctually, regularly, was cheerful. He looked cheerful, he looked happy now. Never rude, he was not rude now, he was gentle. You see, in the end, Patrick still thought he had made that tiny man to do all his homework. But I will share a secret just between you. It was not the elf. Patrick had done it himself. In the end, you see what Patrick still thought. He still thought that all his homework had been done by the tiny man. But I will share a secret. But the writer was going to share a secret with us, just between you and me, means with us. It was not the elf. It was not the elf who had done Patrick's homework. Patrick had done it himself. It was Patrick who had done his homework himself. Dear students, I am going to explain it in our mother tongue. As a matter of fact, every day in every way that little elf was a nag. Nag means trouble, mushkil kimsum khatar, Patrick's khatar, prat waqt. Patrick was working harder than ever and was it a drag? اَمہِ برونٛہہ اوس پیٹرس کانٛہہ دِلچسپی اَتھ سۭتۍ پنٛنہِ ہوم ؤرکہِ سۭتۍ وۄنۍ چھِ سخت محنت کران اَتھ پنٛنہِ ہوم ؤرکہِ منٛز أمِس اوس باسان برونٛہہ یہِ ڈل سمتھِنگ ڈل یہِ ہوم ؤرک ہی واز سٹییِنٛگ اپ نایٹس وۄنۍ چھِ یہِ راتن واریاہن رٕژن ہُشار روزان تہٕ یہِ چھُ أمِس چھُنہٕ تھکاوٹ تہِ باسان أمِس ٲس نہٕ ییٖژ تھکاوٹ باسان زٕہٕنۍ ییٖژاہ أمِس باسے وۄنۍ تھکاوٹ تہٕ وۄنۍ چھُ گژھان یہِ سکوٗل ییٚلہِ یہِ گژھان چھُ أمِس چھُ یہِ چھُنہٕ ہٮ۪کان وٕچھتھٕے کینٛہہ ییٖژاہ چھِ أمِس تھکاوٹ سۭتۍ یہِ چھُ وجہ تھکاوٹُک نہ چھِ ہٮ۪کان یہِ شاہ نِتھ فاینلی د لاسٹ ڈے آف د سکوٗل ایرایوڈ اینڈ د ایلف واز فرٛی ٹُو گو ووت سکوٗلُک ٲخری دۄہ تہٕ یہِ گوٚو وۄنۍ فرٛی ایز فار ہوم ؤرک دیر واز نو مور وۄنۍ ٲس نہٕ أمِس ہوم ؤرک تہِ کرنہٕ خٲطرٕ کینٛہہ تَوَے درٛاو یہِ ژھۄپہٕ کٔرِتھ کَمہِ ڈور کِنۍ یہِ درٛاو پٔتمہِ دروازٕ کِنۍ بیک ڈور چھِ أسۍ وَنان پٔتمِس دروازَس پیٹرِک گاٹ ہِز ایز میٖنٕز گٔے اے گرٛیڈ أمۍ کوٚر اے گرٛیڈ نیوٗ أمۍ پرٛٮ۪تھ کُنہِ سبجکٹس منٛز أمۍ نیوٗ میتھس منٛز تہِ أمۍ نیوٗ اِنگلِشس منٛز تہِ أمۍ نیوٗ ہسٹری منٛز تہِ تَوَے گٔے یِم أمۍ سٕنٛدۍ سٲتھی ٲسۍ کلاس میٹ ٲسۍ تِم گٔے حٲران أمِس کوٚر پنٛنیو ہِز ٹیٖچٲرٕس سمایلڈ اینڈ ویر فُل آف پریز أمِس کوٚر پنٛنیو ٹیٖچرو تعٲریٖف اَتھ أچیٖومٮ۪نٹس پٮ۪ٹھ اَتھ کارنامس پٮ۪ٹھ یُس أمۍ ہوو اَتھ منٛز اینڈ ہِز پیرنٹس دے وانڈٲڈ وٹ ہیڈ ہیپنڈ ٹُو پیٹرِک أمۍ سٕنٛدۍ یِم مٲلۍ مٲجۍ تِم تہِ گٔے حٲران تِم ٲسۍ نہٕ یہِ اُمید کران أمِس پٮ۪ٹھ کینٛہہ کٔمِس پٮ۪ٹھ پیٹرِکس پٮ۪ٹھ ہی واز نو د ماڈل کِڈ یہِ بنیو وۄنۍ آیڈِیل کِڈ آیڈِیل چایلڈ بنیو یہِ کُس بنیو پیٹرِک وۄنۍ چھِ یہِ پانے پنُن روٗم تہِ کران صاف پنٕنہِ سارے کامہِ کران پانے یہِ چھُ باسان خۄش نہ چھُ وۄنۍ روٗڈ یہِ چھُ بنیو شریٖف لڑکہٕ لایک ہی ڈیولپڈ اے ہول نیوٗ ایٹِچوٗڈ یوٗ سی اِن د اینڈ ٲخرس پٮ۪ٹھ وٕچھِو تُہۍ پیٹرِک چھُ وۄنۍ سونٛچان یُس تٔمۍ سٕنٛز سُہ ہوم ؤرک چھِ سورُے ہوم ؤرک سۄ ہسا کٔر کٔمۍ ٹاینی مینن مگر رایٹر وَنان بہٕ ہسا کرٕ یہِ شِیر تۄہہِ سۭتۍ یہِ سِکرِٹ یہِ نسا کٔر نہٕ أمۍ کینٛہہ ٹاینی مین أمۍ ایلف یُس یہِ ایلف چھُ ریفٲرٕس ٹاینی مین تٔمۍ نسا کٔر نہٕ یہِ کینٛہہ بٔلکہِ ہسا کٔر پیٹرِکن یہِ ہوم ؤرک پانہٕ یہِ ہسا کوٚر أمۍ پروپِل کوکُن کَتھ کُن لوٚگ أمِس توجہ أمِس لوٚگ توجہ سورُے پننہِ ہوم ؤرکہِ کُن تھینک یوٗ